Hey, Ho here. Today I'm going to be discussing a new series with you called Character Discussions. As you know, I've changed my channel to a discussions channel, so this will be going in with all my other stuff that I've been discussing. So, alright, let's just get down to business. So, what is a character discussion? Well, a character discussion is pretty much where I take someone from a series, that could be TV, anime, whatever, games, and pretty much dissect a character, where the stuff went wrong, what the good flaws are, what the bad flaws are, and pretty much give you an in-depth of how the character functions, and also other stuff that happens in the character's life. So let's get down to it. The character we'll be discussing today is Kazuto Kirigaya, aka Kirito, from that picture there, from the Sword Art Online series. In these character discussion videos, I'm going to be telling you about his flaws, his good points, his bad points, and all that in between. So, without further ado, so let's get into a little backstory here. Kazuto is a 14-year-old boy. He's been playing MMOs for a while. He's been in the Sword Art Online beta, and it's just released. He's wanting to go straight into there. He puts his nerve gear on, and just goes to town and goes straight in there. At the end of the release day of release of Sword Art Online, all players are transported into Town Square in the Town of Beginnings, and Kaiba comes down with his almighty god hands and literally tells everyone that the 10,000 players that are in the game right now that you're no longer just in a normal game. It's a game of death. Once you die in the game, you die in real life. So Kirito, from this point on, rushes just straight out the door, and he vows to beat the game and to survive this game. So let's get into it. What are Kirito's motives to beating the 100 floors that Anicrad has? Well, the first reason is staying alive. Of course, this is a game of death, and Kirito wants to stay alive to make it back outside to the real world. And how's Kirito going to do this exactly? Well, he's going to pick up every quest he can possibly get. Since he's a beta player, he knows what he's going to do. He's seen the first few floors of Anicrad, so he's got a base idea of how the game works, how it functions, and that's gonna later on help him in the higher floors. But of course, very simple motive: to stay alive. And yeah, what else? What have we got to say about that? He wants to stay alive. The second one is to protect everyone in the game. He feels like he's got a duty, and all the other frontline players have got a duty to save everyone in the game. That's it. The people at the bottom of floor 1, still in the Town of Beginnings, still waiting for someone to come and save them. Well, that's Kirito. Kirito and the other frontline players are desperately trying to get to try and beat Anicrad as fast as possible, so we can go back to the lives in the real world. Next up is another motive for Kirito beating the game is to protect the people he loves. The people he actually cares about. You know, Klein, Asuna, Agil, if that's how you pronounce it, I wouldn't know, but he wants to protect those people, and he'll do anything he can to protect those people. We've seen this in the Gleam Eyes fight, where pretty much all the army members from the Liberation Army Squad are literally going in there. Kirito's passing them off the information to go into the labyrinth, and Kirito's like, wait a minute, they're not actually going to fight that boss, are they? And lo and behold, they're there fighting the boss, and Kirito feels like he has an obligation to go in and save them, along with Klein and Asuna and all the other people from Klein's guild. So they go in, pretty much help the army squad from dying, and at that point, Kirito's doing his absolute best to protect everyone. So that's where pretty much all his skill in a swordsman in this game, up to his point, have led up to, is just protecting everyone. And he does it by pulling his dual wield out, and pretty much taking a boss on toe-to-toe. Just at the last minute, he kills the boss before the boss kills him. Alright. So let's get into the character development of Kirito in Anicrad. So, Kirito has seen a lot of people die of course, he's seen Sachi die. He's seen pretty much all the Moonlit Black Cats die. Moonlit Black Cats are the only guilds Kirito has joined willingly. The other Knights of the Blood, he didn't want to join them. He just lost to Heathcliff. But yeah, so he's seen a lot of people die, and this puts a great strain onto Kirito. Obviously, in the Christmas episode, Kirito is pretty much leveling his ass off right now just so he can go kill Saint Nicholas solo to get the item that can restore a player back to life. And of course, this takes an even more a toll on him, and Klein realizes is that the item cannot return someone back unless they've died within like proximity of like a couple of minutes. So obviously it's been a while since Sachi died, and he passes this over to Klein and says, maybe you'll need it down the line because I've got no use for it. And Klein doesn't know what to say. He's literally just seen someone just lose the will to live at this point. Kirito is in a massive slump, and hopefully in between that time period now, we don't get any more character development between them floors until we get to that point in Progressive, which we're only on the fourth floor on Progressive right now, or a bit fifth on in December when Reki decides to write it. So anyway, let's get into flaws of Kirito now. Kirito, let's face it, he's OP. I really dislike characters that are really, 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 really. I've said really too much and are really OP. You can see that obviously in the Gleam Eyes fight. You can see it pretty much in most of the other fights as well, especially especially in Progressive, he always manages to get the last hit bonus, which even overlap last hit bonus means if you get the last hit on a boss or on any item, you get increased experience, and on bosses, you've got a chance to get a really good item. So, Kirito, pretty much the minute he gets to dual wield swords, is pretty much a god at that point. Like, nothing can kill him. The only thing that's literally even attempted to get close to killing him at that point is Heathcliff in the duel, which at this point he doesn't know it's Kaiba. And after that, Kirito also, it doesn't. So let's get into the bag aspects of Kirito's character design. Reki's made Kirito really the kingpin of his world, which is to be expected. He's a solo player, but what is in Anicrad that Kirito hasn't done? Like, he's soloed bosses, he's soloed questing, he's even killed people. So, but the thing is, Kirito has never actually struggled at the game mechanics itself, which I would have really liked Reki to think that Kirito doesn't know everything about the game. There are still some things that Kirito could learn, and I'm hoping it'll do that in Progressive, because it really engages for a character a lot more when you know that he's got something to learn, and you know when he gets to that point where he's learned it, he's going to become even more OP, but he's going to feel more satisfying that he's got that he's learned from his mistakes and is pretty much built upon getting like better items and better stuff and advancing his knowledge of the game, which in the game aspect, there's not much Kirito doesn't really know. So that's probably one of the only flaws I've got with Kirito in the Anicrad arc. I'll get into the other arcs later on, but this was just a normal character discussion video. It's probably going to get edited like crazy, but I love doing this. I don't know why I still like crazy, but I goddamn love to do this. So anyway, if you liked what you saw, give me a like, sub, rate, do whatever people do on YouTube, and I'll see you later. Bye.